Good morning, beautiful souls. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I also hope that you had a really beautiful holiday season. If you do celebrate any of the holidays happening around this time of the year, I know that many of us who do celebrate the holidays by spending more time at times around family and loved ones in our lives, although we may really enjoy and appreciate some of these relationships, because most of you who are tuned in here on this channel are highly sensitive beings, it can be a bit energetically chaotic or overwhelming to be physically close in proximity to these many different energies. So I just kept hearing the phrase over and over while I was channeling, meditating for this reading: clearing the heart space of the twin flame collective. And during this Venus retrograde season, I do feel that a theme here could be clearing out the heart space for twin flames collectively. And of course, I am going to be delving into some more thoughts, details, and channeled messages about potentially what could be being cleared out energetically from the heart chakra, from the heart space, both within Twin Flame Connection globally, and hopefully I will be able to channel some individual messages for you as well. Now, with that being said, if you would like me to channel specifically for you and your situation, be sure to like this video and also make sure you are subscribed to this channel, because by liking and subscribing, you are actually virtually signaling to me I am here, I am present, I am ready to receive a message from this reading. And that is a really powerful energetic transference that can then take place between us through this reading. So I'm going to start today with the Energy Oracle Cards deck. This is one of my favorite decks to use. I feel really aligned with this deck, especially when I'm reading for the Twin Flame Collective. Now, just as a preface to this reading and to all my readings, remember that the goal here is to reconnect you with your own soul's intuition. So only take the messages from this reading that resonate, that feel good and right for you and your situation, that feel aligned for you. And leave everything else, because I do channel many different energies and messages within this Twin Flame Collective. I'm immediately feeling a little bit of tension on my right shoulder, so that might connect with someone. Also, as I was starting this reading, the words Southern, Lady, and German came out from the Love Word Scramble. Now, for those of you who are new, the Love Word Scramble is a tool I use to channel specific words for certain individuals. So someone here could live in the South in America or in a different country. I heard southern tip of somewhere, so let me know if that resonates with you. Could be like, I'm hearing like South France, southern tip of Florida. These are just a few things I'm kind of bringing through for someone specifically. And the first card to come out here is all tied up in the reverse position. I heard expansion opening up, and then I felt this kind of whooshing energetic sensation, for lack of a better word, through my heart space. I actually received a message from one of you beautiful souls sharing that you'd been experiencing heart palpitations and sensations, just strange physical feelings through the heart chakra. And you were curious if this was coming from the Twin Flame Collective at this time in some way. And I just feel guided to mention that because I do feel a lot of heart chakra shifts and changes. Specifically what I spoke on earlier, that clearing that's taking place, I'm hearing on a very deep level through the heart center, potentially at a distance physically within this connection. Yeah, as I was speaking on that, the Healer of the Ages came out in the upright position here. There is some kind of very deep level healing taking place here. So I do just want to quickly ask, what is being healed in the heart space? Deceit in the upright position. Now, naturally, when our ego sees the deceit card, we all instantaneously jump to being deceived, the act of someone deceiving us. But what I'm actually getting is there is something being cleared out from the twin flame heart center in regards to self-deception. I'm hearing this actually could have manifested as lying, but that was really just the physical surface level of what was going on here. I'm hearing that within this connection in the past, there could have been active deception or lying. I'm hearing manipulation in the physical, in the 3D, but really this was just symptomatic of some kind of self-deception. I'm getting a lot of masculine energy from this card. However, I feel that the feminine may also mirror this self-deception in more subtle, hidden kinds of ways, because true twin flames do always perfectly mirror one another, including one another's wounds. However, I find that very often the divine masculine manifests those energetic wounds in more obvious ways, whereas for the divine feminine, the manifestation of mirrored energy wounds within twin flame connection can actually be much more subtle. So I want to know how someone was self-deceiving here. Who was being self-deceptive in this situation? The words Johnny, saved, and mission came out here. With the name Johnny, I'm really hearing there just could be some kind of a relative, a past relative who is hanging around someone's energy for the purpose of supporting them. I'm getting very strong grandfather, uncle, or great-grandfather energy here. And this person may even have the name John or Johnny as like a nickname or in their name somewhere. That's probably just for one specific person. Temple of the Ages in the upright position. Yeah, I'm still getting that a little bit of tension in my back and upper, specifically my shoulders. As I was speaking, I began to stumble over my words a little bit because I received a download mid-sentence that's that right shoulder tension I was speaking on earlier could actually be occurring because of a very deep level heart chakra center happening for the divine masculine. Sorry guys, I had to pause the recording there just to confirm that what I was going to say is actually fully energetically accurate, and it is, as I thought it was intuitively. I was talking about the right shoulder tension happening for, I'm specifically hearing some divine feminines are feeling this. And what you need to understand about energy is that very often energy correlates with certain parts of the physical body. And within twin flame connection, we actually transmute energy through our physical body as well as through other vehicles and modems, such as, of course, our emotional body, our emotions as well. I'm seeing almost this like rocket coming through the atmosphere, right? But in this metaphor, the atmosphere is the layers of our aura, with one of those layers, of course, being our actual physical body, our skin, our muscle tissue, our organs even. And I'm hearing that there's a divine feminine who's actually feeling this tension in the shoulders, specifically on the right side. That is her transmuting some of this heart chakra energy coming from the divine masculine, because, and this is what I was actually looking up to confirm, I was about to say that the right side correlates with masculine energy, while the left side very often correlates with feminine energy. So, and I did just look that up to confirm it. But because I was about to say that I felt there was a divine feminine feeling that right shoulder or that right side of something, specifically feeling heavy, feeling tense, and know that this could actually be you picking up on some very deep level healing energetically happening for your divine masculine, even if you are at a distance. I'm hearing this could even be head pressure or just kind of a feeling of heaviness on the right side of your body. I know that won't resonate with everyone, but I also know there's someone experiencing that right now. The number 1212 also came up as significant for someone. The number 12 card in the Energy Oracle cards deck is actually the card I just pulled, the Temple Path card. This usually symbolizes someone being on or following their most aligned path. And I heard something about realignment, divine intervention in this connection leading to realignment with your true soul path. But there's some element of self-deception that was at play here. I heard someone saying, I wanted this to be my path, but it wasn't. I also heard them saying, like, my path with you. I feel a divine feminine speaking to a divine masculine here saying, I wanted my aligned path to be this one that we walked perfectly hand in hand together in the physical all the way through. But this divine intervention stepped in and realigned me, and now I'm realizing I'm reconnecting, I'm reactivating myself to my true, highest, most aligned path. But it feels lonely at times in the physical. That's what I'm hearing this divine feminine saying. There's also some kind of fear coming up here, like a fear of something. What is happening with this divine feminine being realigned with her divine path? What is she afraid of here? The word railroad came out, but I actually heard crossroad here. Like metaphorically, a divine feminine could feel as though she's at a crossroads of some kind. The world in the reverse and envy in the upright position. Now, when this envy card came out, I instantly heard not enoughness. I see someone trying to pull something together, but not being able to do it. And I heard not being able to do it on my own. I feel like this is coming from a divine feminine who kept trying to force things into being in the past with her divine masculine counterpart in the physical, and had this constant feeling of it's just never enough. That's what I'm getting from this person. And because of this feeling of never being quite enough, I feel this became a little bit internalized in her energy, where she herself began to feel unworthy, to feel not enough. I'm hearing these things are very interconnected. I heard overcompensation. It's almost like this divine feminine is, I'm hearing pushing energy, chasing energy. I feel very much like this could be something that happened in the past, because I do feel it's almost like this is the reason, this is the cause that this divine intervention had to occur. I heard forcibly realigning this divine feminine with her truest, most aligned path. I feel like to her, it could feel very forced in some sense, even though it is perfectly aligned for her. It is right for her. I'm actually going to reshuffle the cards here. I just want to leave out this deceit card because there's a deeper message here in regards to self-deception or deception. I want to get back into that mirroring I was talking about earlier. This is definitely something major being cleared out of the heart space of twin flames right now. So I want to know first how the divine masculine is clearing out this deceptive energy or this energy of self-betrayal. Your commitment is being tested. Okay, so I heard non-commitment. So I feel like there could have been a divine masculine who was slow to commit in the way that his divine feminine counterpart wanted in the physical 3D world. By the way, I should just always say this at the beginning, but divine masculine and divine feminine are just energetic labels. They are used to describe a kind of energy, and they are not tied to any kind of biology, gender, anything like that. So I do feel the first way that this divine masculine, I'm actually hearing there was some element of active deceit in this lack of commitment. I'm getting very like looking back past energy kind of messages from this. I feel that this was a situation where I heard a divine feminine saying, I was giving my whole heart to him, to this, and he was refusing to commit, refusing to move forward. I heard stubborn. I was getting very earth energy as well from this masculine. Yeah, perseverance. It's actually the shadow side of perseverance coming out in this masculine. I feel like this masculine has a very persistent energy, meaning that once he commits to something, he can commit very fully. But I also feel that on the other side of this persistence, I feel like he might show a lot of this persistence in his work or in other areas of his life, which might actually frustrate the divine feminine on the other side of this, because she's thinking, you have the ability, divine masculine, to be persistent. I have seen that persistence in you. Why didn't you apply that to our connection, to committing fully in the physical in the ways that I wanted? But this divine masculine, it's like the shadow side of his ability to be so persistent, so perseverance. I heard workaholic, hard worker. The shadow side of that is that he is at times very slow moving. And for some reason, there was something about this situation with his divine masculine that caused him to be slow moving. But I almost feel like there could have been a divine reason for him moving so slowly, like the energy wasn't right, but he wouldn't consciously know that. He didn't consciously know why he was being so stubborn or slow moving, but actually, in a sense, this was him connecting in with his own divine intuition that was telling him, in a sense, more healing has to happen within this connection before this level of commitment can be sustained in the physical. And this is what's really hard to hear for the divine feminine on the other side of this, because she wanted the time to be right. She wanted the healing to be done. She wanted both of them to be ready. And it just wasn't the case in the physical in this connection. I am going to read more deeply in the extended version about why this divine masculine was so slow moving and what needs to heal in order to move this twin flame connection ahead in the physical. Because like I've been saying, it's almost like unconsciously, subconsciously, this divine masculine hasn't been moving forward in the past or even in the present, because he is aware on some level that something needs to be changed or shifted or healed energetically first to sustain the movement forward that the feminine desires. So again, the answers, the channeled messages about that will be in our Patreon Twin Flame Soul Tribe. The link to join that beautiful group on Patreon and access this extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. So now I want to read into the mirrored side of this, meaning, how is the divine feminine mirroring this self-deception or non-commitment from the masculine, this slow-moving energy from the masculine? And instantaneously I heard trying to force or push a commitment in the physical into place when the true commitment always has been and always will be the commitment that this divine feminine needs to fully make to herself. Now, I know that for many divine feminines listening, this is going to be a very difficult message to hear. This is a hard time for both the feminine and the masculine collectively. But I feel the divine feminine, especially at this time, is experiencing this intense loneliness that comes with fully beginning to choose herself for the first time. It's like this strange combination of, I am my most powerful, or becoming my most powerful. I am becoming my most aligned, my most soulful self. And yet at the same time, many divine feminines are experiencing more intense levels, depths of healing, resulting feelings of intense loneliness, either romantically or within their communities, whether that's a family, a friend group, feeling a lack of meaningful, authentic friendships, whatever the case is. But I heard this is a path that at times you have to walk alone. And I feel like there could have been a divine feminine who was, I didn't even hear self-deceiving or self-deception as much as self-betrayal, but it carries kind of the same energy here. And I feel like this is what she was mirroring. While the divine masculine could have been actively deceiving and then in some sense deceiving himself, which I hopefully can channel more information on later because I don't think we've dove into that yet. On the feminine side of things, I feel her having an equivalent energy to this self-deception or this active deception, but it's more like her betraying herself in some way, self-betrayal. And I feel like intuitively this self-betrayal comes from this divine feminine resisting, I heard codependency, resisting being alone, either romantically or in life, and actually betraying herself to avoid being alone in the 3D. And I feel like this could have played out first early in her life in family connections. You know, when we're young, we really do need emotional support from our caregivers, from our family. In fact, babies who don't receive this kind of support, who aren't held, who aren't cared for, will literally die. Although we cut the umbilical cord after leaving the womb, we continue to have this sort of invisible umbilical cord to our family, specifically to our caregivers or parents. And this means that we need to receive this unseen, this invisible, emotional, energetic support from these more mature beings on this planet in order to fully grow and cultivate our own sense of self, our own sense of identity. And I do feel that this won't be for everyone, but there could be a divine feminine who didn't receive the full scope of emotional nourishment and support she needed early in life. And this could have created within her the tendency, or actually what I'm hearing is she received it, but it was like an exchange. She learned that in order to receive emotional support and validation, she had to betray herself in some way. She had to pretend to be different than she was. She had to deny what she really wanted. I'm getting kind of emotional here, or what she really felt, or her own lived experience. She had to invalidate herself in some way to receive this love that was essential, this support that was essential to her survival. So she learned love as an exchange, where in order to get from someone the love you desire, you have to manipulate yourself. There we go back to that deceit card, but not manipulate in the traditional sense, manipulate as in shape, mold, shift, change. You have to make yourself malleable to the opinions, ideas, and beliefs of these others, losing yourself, self-betraying in the process in order to receive validation back from them. And so what I'm hearing for this divine feminine is that because, of course, twin flame connection is divinely designed to shed a spotlight on these wounds energetically, this divine feminine had unconsciously been holding on to this inner wound for such a long time. And this divine masculine came in and shook it up and showed a spotlight on what she hadn't yet healed, this love exchange, this essentially a conditional love exchange she was still holding on to. And again, the way he did this, as twin flames do, is by actually mirroring it, reflecting it through his own lack of commitment to her in some sense, through his own betrayal or deceit or manipulation or whatever it was. I know those words carry a lot of judgment and heavy energy, but sometimes, as you know, words are kind of clunky when it comes to trying to describe these very high level energetic experiences. So bear with me here. But I do feel this divine feminine now really deeply healing this wound, this I heard she's reversing the exchange. She is no longer anymore making herself malleable for others. I heard palatable for others. In order to receive love and validation back from them, she is learning to reverse that exchange, to first find that validation and support within her own self. And that is something really powerful the divine masculine is teaching her here through this potentially very painful experience. The card Star Family also came out here from the Starseed Oracle. You are part of a team of souls. Call and support. So right away, what I'm feeling from this card is I heard a very strange and unique message I don't normally channel through. But this divine feminine needs to know that you didn't incarnate alone here. And what I mean by this is you came in with a family, with a cluster, with a group of other souls, essentially with a soul tribe, a group of people, energetic soul support that you've actually been incarnating with for lifetimes after lifetimes. I've heard that, yes, one of these is your twin flame divine masculine. This is your closest soul connection because you share the same identical core soul frequency, but he is not the only one you came in with. You have a whole family here of what we call soulmates, which can be either platonic or romantic. Some of these you have met in the past, though some of them you may have lost contact with. Others you will actually be meeting in the future. You could have even met some of these potential soulmates, again, platonic or romantic, through dreams, in passing recently. You are really, through now healing this dynamic, through shifting your energy, peeling back those layers of negative programming, you are actually beginning to call in more of these soulmate connections. And you may already be feeling that or seeing evidence of that in your life. Now, in the extended reading, I would like to channel more messages about other dynamics, patterns, situations that are being cleared out. I also heard people, there could be some karmic being cleared out of the heart space here as well. But I'm going to be channeling more information and messages on what else is being cleared out of the heart space of the Twin Flame Collective at this time. So that information will be in the extended version in our Patreon group, which again is linked below. But for now, I am going to go ahead and close out this reading with some love messages. I'm specifically feeling the Divine Masculine want to come through here with a love message, which makes sense because most of you here who tune into this channel do identify as the Divine Feminine. We do have some Divine Masculines here as well, and I am very grateful for the powerful, important presence of those masculines. I will also say the increasing presence. I've noticed an increase more and more through the months of doing these videos of Divine Masculines who are truly reawakening and becoming very conscious, creative beings and tuning into channels like mine and others. Yeah, it's funny. In the love words, scramble the words, sand and mirror came out here. Sand, I really saw a sandy beach or the ocean. So that could connect with someone here. With mirror, I actually hear this tying into whatever this Divine Masculine is going to say about being one another's mirror. There's something there coming through in this love message. So can I get a love message from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine? It's funny, I was talking earlier about feeling some shoulder tension on my right side, but as I began channeling the masculine, I actually felt it on the left side, which is the Divine Feminine side. So I hear the masculine saying, I mirror your energy to Divine Feminine, just like at times you are feeling my heart space through this tension again that could be coming through on the right side of your body. I feel you as well, predominantly at times recently on my left side as I'm feeling your feminine energy. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Someone here could have Scorpio energy. I just keep hearing let go. What does this Divine Masculine want to let go of through this connection? I heard all the pain, all the negativity, all the dynamics that have been keeping us apart. I feel this coming from a very higher self level. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. With the hard work, I actually heard healing work of the Divine Masculine, and I hear him signaling to the Divine Feminine through this message, I am working hard behind the scenes, beneath the surface, energetically on a soul level to clear out all of this very dense, really to transmute all of this very dense energy I am moving through right now. But I almost see in this illustration I'm being shown, this Divine Masculine is like cutting through this very dense, very dark forest, whereas the Divine Feminine is on the other side of this forest, which I feel could be like some kind of an ego death that potentially the Divine Feminine here has already been through in this situation in earnest. I heard years ago in this twin flame connection, or just on her spiritual awakening journey. I feel like there's a divine feminine who already went through some kind of ego death, but now her divine masculine is experiencing this in earnest. But being on the other side of this in the physical, I feel it's easy for her to see the forest and not the dense thicket of trees that this divine masculine is in and trying to cut through right now. It's like I'm hearing she has expanded her vision, her horizons, to the point where it's much easier for her to see the full path in a sense, whereas the masculine is still in the process of cutting through these very dense energies represented by these trees. I hope that connects with someone. A new start is coming, a new moon. So that's obviously a pretty clear message from this divine masculine that he is, I'm trying to find the right words here to describe what he's feeling, what this energy is about this new start. It's not quite like I'm working to it or working toward it in the physical necessarily, because I'm not sure there's been actual action steps taken in the physical. I feel like this is more like an I'm intending it, I am visualizing it. I have resolved or concluded in my heart that this is what I want with you, divine feminine, that I want this new start. I feel like for a while this masculine came off like he wasn't sure, but I'm hearing clouded vision. It's like for some reason I feel his vision was clouded, and I do feel the clouding of his vision was because of some kind of karmic situation that, again, could be a person, a third party, or could be a negative behavior pattern within himself. I'm hearing some kind of rut he was caught in, almost like an addiction, although this could be just an emotional addiction, some kind of habit that I heard habit loop. It's like something this masculine was stuck in for a long time that actually clouded his vision and made him come off like he wasn't even sure if he wanted to create this future with the divine feminine. But now he's saying it's like, although you might not see physical action, I've resolved in my heart, I now know that this is truly what I want with you, divine feminine. That's what I'm hearing from him. So I am going to go ahead and close out this reading here. I really hope it resonated with you. If you would like me to channel more information on this reading, including, just to recap what we spoke on earlier, more information on why the divine masculine was so slow to shift or move in the past in the physical within this connection, and what needs to shift, heal, or change for him to be prepared to move forward, as well as what other dynamics or situations are being cleared out from the twin flame heart space, and of course, channeled love messages from the 3D and the higher self perspective of both the divine feminine and the divine masculine to one another. All of that more detailed information is in our extended reading on Patreon, which is available through our Twin Flame Soul Tribe, linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. I will see those of you who are headed now to the extended reading over there. And for the rest of you, I hope you have a truly wonderful start to the new year. And I will talk to you again in the next reading.